Alright, today we are going to be visiting the Grand Canyon of Hawaii. Before we go over there, we're starting out the day by watching the sunrise at what I think is the most beautiful part of this island. We woke up at 4:30 this morning so we could get on the road and drive, I think it was almost 2 hours to come to this sunrise spot.
So this behind me, this is the Kalalau Valley. Down below is the beach that we tried to hike to like 3 days ago. And we had plans of camping here for 2 days. Had to turn back for some unfortunate reasons, but it's amazing to think that like we were just down there hiking on these ridges. We saw some really insane views. We also saw it from the water 2 days ago.
The cool thing about this spot is that it's kind of the only way to see the Napali Coast without either getting an expensive boat ride, helicopter tour, or doing the 12-mile hike. So this one is free for anybody to just come and get a view of the Napali Coast. But after this, our plan for today is we want to explore the Grand Canyon of Hawaii. We've been to the Grand Canyon in Arizona, and there's a lot of places that are kind of nicknamed the Grand Canyon. This is the only one that I've seen that I think can really hold up to that name. We've seen pictures of it, and we caught a couple quick glimpses on our drive up here, but it was a little dark. So we came to this lookout spot a couple years ago. We were able to get to this really cool vantage point where there wasn't any railing, and it's right over here. But now there are signs that say don't go over the fence and you can't go down there. This is where we went last time. Like, you can see that people have tried cutting the fence and they've put that up, but there's signs, and looks like they've even gated it. If you can get past the first fences, there's a whole nother round of fences back there. Well, I guess we'll just insert some photos of what it looked like last time.
That thing was insane.
Okay, we're gonna go get back in the car and we're gonna head to the Grand Canyon. I think we're gonna take a quick nap in the car because that was a very, very early morning, and then once we wake up, we go check out the canyon. We surprisingly just actually had a really good nap just sitting here in the car. We slept for like an hour. So we're here at the main canyon viewpoint, so we're gonna go check that out. All along the road there are all kinds of different viewpoints, and what I've read online is that you need to check all of them because they'll give a very unique angle and vantage point, and it looks just so different from every different spot. So first off is, I think it's just Canyon Lookout. Okay, roosters are freaking scary. Look at that thing. One thing about Hawaii, if you're not familiar with it, I think at all times you can look around and see a couple chickens no matter where you're at. Another thing, it's never a good idea to leave things in your car in Hawaii, especially valuables. Smashed windows and break-ins are pretty common, but today we're taking a little risk.
Actual Grand Canyon because the red rock slits.
This is so insanely vast. What we learned on our boat ride we did the other day is just that these kinds of cliffs, you can't really take in the scale of them with your eyes. They were showing us a cliff that didn't look that tall, and they said it was taller than the Empire State Building.
The other day when we were on our hike trip and fell and started sliding down the cliffs, and the idea that if there wasn't a tree he could have slid and fallen the length of the Empire State Building.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Good thing we stopped after that. Should we try this hike?
Yeah, we could just try it.
Okay, we're gonna do some of this hike and see if it takes us anywhere cool. little bit more than we were going for. We're looking for a hike that goes along the ridge of the canyon where you can find cool viewpoints.
But if you want to find a hike that takes you all the way down into the canyon, the Waimea Canyon hike, seems like it'll do it for you. Look at all these exposed roots. This is honestly kind of freaky.
Yeah, this is a steep hike. Probably doesn't look steep on camera. But I think we'll hike back to the car through the forest and hopefully head to the next viewpoint and find a better hike.
Literally, and like go walk around.
Oh, there's the waterfall.
Where?
Oh, gosh, I like this viewpoint better.
I did too.
Yeah.
Because their rides are only like
I'm so glad we did that. Okay, here's our second viewpoint, and I think it's so true what I read online about how the different vantage points just look so different, give you a whole different view of this place. There's actually a waterfall out here. I've seen pictures where that waterfall is actually flowing really heavily right now. It's a little more dry. Yeah, this one's cool. There's a little more color. You can see lots of reds and greens.
Yeah, I think that just going back to the whole like Grand Canyon of Hawaii. When we think of like the Grand Canyon, we think of the iconic red rocks and deep valleys, steep cliffs, and the overviews of being able to look in and over the canyon and see how far it goes.
We just saw another cool looking viewpoint from the side of the road that looks like you can get right up next to the canyon without guardrails. So yeah, this is a super good idea to go next to the spot with no guardrails.
Gosh. Whoa, look, people go up there. It looks like the Kalalau Trail. It does not look like the Kalalau Trail?
Dang. Oh, there's the waterfall. You can see it better from here. We just pulled up to this next viewpoint and there's a huge parking lot and a ton of cars, so I assume this has got to be one of the best viewpoints here. Hello. Should we take them home with us?
Yeah, we probably should. Really? Holy. This is definitely really equivalent to when we saw the Grand Canyon, that big lookout, like the main one. This is really, really comparable. So dang cool.
This one's just cool because of how panoramic it is. You can just see in all directions. The canyon just goes forever.
Wow.
Gosh, this one's crazy. Yeah,
really
this is the
unique.
best viewpoint for sure. It's just so wide. It goes forever.
Look at that little
I did it.
Good job. That's so cute.
So we drove a bit farther down the road, kind of to the point where we thought we'd kind of left the canyon behind. Then we see all these cars parked on the sides of the road, and I found that there is a hike, kind of a quick and easy hike, but it's supposed to take you to another really cool vantage point of the canyon. So we're gonna go check that out. Seems like we've gotten kind of far away from the canyon, so I can't imagine this hike is gonna lead to anything too cool, but we'll see. Whoa, look at that waterfall.
Oh, way back there?
Yeah, that one's cool.
That's a good one.
What's that?
It says that this plant,
The uki uki?
uki uki, the Hawaiians utilize the leaves for thatching houses and making rope and twine.
Also, this one thing. We've been calling it the Grand Canyon of Hawaii this whole time, but that's not actually what it's called.
It's actually called Waimea Canyon. The whole area is the Waimea Valley. At the bottom of the valley is the city of Waimea.
The word Waimea comes from the Hawaiian word, and it means reddish waters, because when the river runs really heavily, it kind of turns a reddish color, obviously because all the rocks are so red. But they get some really crazy flash floods in this area, and I bet they're just completely red. Viewpoint's kind of cool because it's like the same as the last one, but you feel like you're down in the canyon a little bit. The contrast of this hike versus the hike we did a few days ago in the Kalalau Valley is crazy. Like, this feels like we're in a desert.
Yeah, it actually does.
And the other one's like a lush rainforest. But it's only a couple miles away. Our Airbnb we were staying in for the week is only about 10 miles from where we are right now, but it's a 2-hour car ride because you have to go all the way around the island. You can't just go straight through the cliffs. If the cliffs weren't there, it would probably be a 10-minute drive.
If you could drive through Valley.
All right, well, there's our nice little morning in the Grand Canyon of Hawaii, the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. I think it was really cool. It's such a beautiful place, and no visit to Kauai is complete without coming here.
Yes, definitely worth the drive, definitely worth the time. Fit it into your schedule. It is amazing, mind-blowing.
So with that said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.